Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Winslow, chiropractor at the Health and Performance Center located here at the University of Guelph campus. Today what we'll do is we're going to go through a series of exercises that you can use in the morning just to help warm up the body and get your day started. You can also do these exercises throughout the course of the day, as they're going to be good to get moving and just get you up from sitting in front of the desk. I would also advise, if you haven't had any previous injuries, neck, back, anything at all, and before you do these exercises, you should get an assessment from a professional just to make sure that these exercises are okay for you to be doing. More often than not, these exercises should help improve the function of those joints, but we want to make sure that that is truly the case before we actually start with any of the exercises. So what we're going to do is we'll head inside and we'll start the exercises. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Robert Winslow. I'm a chiropractor at the Health and Performance Center here in the University of Guelph campus. Today what we'll go through is a series of exercises. That'll be a good morning routine. The nice thing is that you can also do these exercises as the day goes on. If you're sitting, studying, working at a desk, these will be nice exercises that you can do just to help get moving and help warm up the joints as the day goes on. If you do have any discomfort or soreness at any previous injuries, what I'd recommend is going to seek some professional help, getting assessed and making sure that nothing is going on, and that these exercises aren't going to cause any more issues. Exercises should be helpful and should help increase the mobility, but we want to make sure we're not doing causing any issues or anything like that. So what we'll do is we'll start just in a standing position, and we're going to start with the neck, get to the shoulders, and then work through the low back and hips as well. So we'll start standing, the chin will come down to the chest, we'll turn to the side, we'll all the way up, rotate our head to the side, and then coming back down to the middle. And then we'll continue to do that for 5 to 6 times. And for the purpose of the video today, what we're going to do is just demonstrate on one side, and then you can go and do it on the other side. So I'm going to pause the video and then come back as we move on. So once the neck is warmed up, we'll move to the shoulder. The thumb will be down by our side. We'll go forward, coming all the way up, reaching up, turning the thumb back, and then all the way back towards the hip. And then again, once we get down to the bottom, our thumb will point forward again, coming all the way forward, up, reaching, turning the thumb forward, and then all the way back down. At this point, when you're up here, we want the shoulder and the arm to stay as close to the body as possible and not popping out to the side. So if you're finding that challenging, going to the wall is going to be just a way of keeping your arm up and tight to your body there. So once we get the shoulder and neck warmed up, what we'll do, we'll take the arms down by our side, turn the thumbs out, pulling back, and then tucking our chin. And this is going to be a really nice exercise to help extend through the mid-back, open through the chest, and then also stretch through the neck as well. So this is a really good exercise if you're sitting, studying, working at a desk, that you can do throughout the course of the day. So this is a good study break. So again, hands down by your side, turn your thumbs out, pulling back, and then tucking your chin. And once we're here, we'll hold for 5 to 6 seconds as we start to open up through the chest and into the back. So from here, what we'll do is we'll get onto the ground. And if you've done yoga before, you'll be familiar with this exercise. So hands about shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. And what we're going to do is we'll come up as if someone's pulling you up with a string, and then extending down towards the ground. So up towards the ceiling, and then all the way back down towards the ground. You should feel a nice stretch as you come up, and then a little bit of pinching as we come down. And as we continue to go through this motion, we should feel the back start to warm up. So once we're finished with, say, 10 of those, what we'll do is we'll come sit back down, and we'll start to stretch the hip. So from this position, our front hip will be at 90 degrees, knee will be at 90 degrees. And what we're going to do is sit tall, and we'll just start to lean over that front hip. And what we should start to feel is a nice stretch into the back of the hip and a little bit into the low back as well. As we continue to lean forward, we can hold this for 5 to 6 seconds. And then sitting back up, we'll rotate towards that back knee and a little bit leaning away, and you'll start to feel a nice stretch deep into the hip, and we're trying to affect the hip capsule there. So again, we'll hold for 5 to 6 seconds here, and then we'll go back to the front and repeat that 3 or 4 more times. So again, holding here, just feeling a nice deep stretch, coming back, rotating through the back, and you'll get a nice stretch deep again. Once we've done that 4 to 6 times, we'll bring our feet up, and we'll just start to windshield wipe back and forth, just generating a little bit of rotation into the hips and some warmth through the joint. Again, we'll do this for, say, 8 to 10 times on each side, and then we'll switch over to the other side. So we'll come here, same position as before, hip will be at 90 degrees, knee will be at 90 degrees, and then we'll just start to lean forward over the hip so we get a nice stretch into the hip and also into the back, holding for 5 to 6 seconds, and then we'll rotate and leaning back a little bit to get a nice deep stretch through the hip. So once we've done that for 4 to 6 times through there, then we'll finish off laying down. So we'll be on our back, our knees will be up, feet on the ground, arms straight up in front of us. And what we're going to do, we'll drop our knees to one side, arms to the other side, coming all the way up. We'll introduce the lats a little bit to this stretch, and then coming back, and same thing to the other side. So with this stretch here, we can make it a dynamic stretch as we're doing today, or we can hold it as a static stretch, going to the side and just holding, and then we'll come back to the middle. So if that's all you have time for, that's fine, but we can also finish with a little bit of deep breathing. So we'll have a hand on our chest, a hand on our belly, and we'll focus on really expanding through the stomach, expanding through the side, and into the low back as well. So if you only have a few minutes to do deep belly breathing, that's completely fine. Or you can spend 5 to 10 minutes in this position here, really focusing on expanding through the belly. And this is a good opportunity if you have a busy week or you're finding it's difficult to sleep. That's also a way of just slowing down at the end of the day. So if you do that routine in the morning, also throughout the course of the day, you should find that those little aches and pains that you have when you wake up or throughout the course of the day should start to decrease a little bit. But again, if you had any discomfort when you're doing any of those exercises, feel free to contact us at the Health and Performance Center to book an appointment. I'd be more than happy to help out. So good luck with your semester, and hope to see you on campus.